Kinumpleto ng Golden State Warriors nitong nakaraang Sabado ang NBA Final Sweep kontra sa Cleveland Cavaliers para maiuwi ang kanilang ikatlong championship in 4 seasons. Samantala, usap-usapan naman ngayon ang panibagong Summer of LeBron kung saan magdedesisyon na naman si Cavs superstar LeBron James sa kanyang impending free agency situation. Narito ang report.
Simula pa lang ng laban, agresibo na ang Warriors. Mainit agad ang opensa ni Steph Curry.
Curry sets, fires, three-pointer. That's good. James backs in against Curry. Leans in.
Sa second quarter, umarangkada sila LeBron James at nakuha pa ng Cavs ang lamang.
Back to James.
Pero nagtulungan sila Curry at Kevin Durant para makalamang sa halftime, 61-52. Sa third quarter, tumindi ang depensa ng Warriors. Nagtuloy-tuloy ito hanggang sa huling quarter. Panalo ang Warriors 108-85.
I just know what we've been able to accomplish is really meaningful and something that not many players have been able to experience.
Hinirang naman si Kevin Durant bilang Finals MVP sa ikalawang sunod na pagkakataon.
We finished it off with a championship, so we got a bunch of guys in the locker room that don't care about anything but just being better basketball players.
Ipinakita naman ni LeBron ang bali na nakuha niya matapos ang Game 1. Sinuntok kasi niya daw ang blackboard matapos ang mapait na pagkatalo.
What happened? Self-inflicted. Post-game after Game 1, very emotional. Pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand, so that's what it is.
Wala pang desisyon si James kung mananatili o lilipat ng kupunan.
I mean, I have no idea at this point. The one thing that I've always done is consider, obviously my family.
When you go against him, Jeff.
Joining us now is TJ Manotoc. Kuya TJ, kamusta?
Mabuti, Anton. Good evening sa inyo and good morning from here in San Francisco.
It's good to hear from you again, TJ. Kanina pinapanood ko ang inyong mainit na debate sa The Score by Rexona at ang pinag-usapan nyo, will LeBron stay with Cleveland or will he go? So, pwede natin ituloy ang ating usapan ngayon. TJ, ano ba naririnig mo? At what is the popular choice? Will LeBron stay? Will he go? And if he goes, saan siya pupunta?
Well, himayin natin, Anton, yung kanyang mga sinasabi. No? Yung sinabi niya post-game after Game 4, he will consult his family. And he elaborated on this for the first time. No? Sabi niya, look guys, tignan nyo, yung mga anak ko matanda na. Teenager na yung isang anak niya, preteen yung isang boy niya, tapos yung may girl na siya ngayon. They were much younger back then when he decided to move to Miami. So the decision back then barely involved the children. So now his kids are in school, well adapted in school, so malamang that will weigh in a decision. So syempre that involves his wife and his mom as well. So sabi yung pamilya niya, i-consult din muna niya. And then maliban doon, kasama doon sa decision niya, yung mga kaibigan niya na malapit sa kanya who have known him for at least 20 years. So we know that these are the guys from school days pa na i-consult niya. So those will be put together. And then he said, ultimately, it's my decision. Pero kung babalikan din natin, Anton, yung mga sinabi niya, I think it was in between Game 3 or Game 2, nung tinanong siya, how can you beat the Warriors? I mean, so he explained what kind of a team is needed to beat the Warriors. I don't remember exactly the words he used to explain, pero something about being perfect, cerebral, and all. Parang in-explain niya, hindi yun yung Cavs. So yun yung pinupunta na maraming kritiko. Parang, ito yung sinasabi mo, kailangan matalo yung Warriors, pero it's clearly not what you have in the Cavs. So given that, mukhang aalis nga siya. And nakausap ko rin yung maraming mga naging kaibigan ko rin sa media dito, and they're convinced that he's played his last game in Cleveland, no? As a Cleveland Cavalier. In fact, if you look at that Game 4, parang nung third quarter, parang nag-mentally check out na siya. He barely took a shot in that third quarter, and obviously in the fourth quarter, he played a few minutes as well before being checked out. So mukhang if it's reminiscent of what happened when he played his last game in the playoffs for Cleveland against Boston before he moved to Miami, di ba? Yung nagubad pa siya ng jersey. So parang ganoon yung vibe. Pero kung lilipat naman tayo doon sa next question mo, sino ba yung leading candidate? Sa kanya talaga wala. Nobody knows except for one clear fact is that the Lakers have the most money. They have the most money, around $62 million, and they have the most money to bring in at least 2 superstars, 2 max players. So kaya nga, matagal usap-usapan, they can possibly bring in LeBron James and Paul George. So that for now is the leading candidate. Para sa Houston naman, one of obvious advantage you have is Chris Paul. It's one of his best friends. Pero Chris Paul already announced he's taking no less than maximum money. Kasi ang competition silang iba dyan, for them both to go there and stay there with Harden is mukhang both Paul and LeBron will have to take some kind of a pay cut. And they're going to have to trade away some pieces for that to fit in as well. Sa Philadelphia naman, kaya din nila. Pero ang tanong, can he coexist with Ben Simmons, who is a ball-heavy, point guard / point forward as well. So, yun ang haka-haka ng maraming experts dito. And then sa San Antonio naman, isa pa yung possible landing spot daw. Pero marami din kailangan mailipat doon. You need to make some trades. You need to make him take a pay cut as well for him to join Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge. So, ang daming mga scenario for now, Anton.
Alright. Earlier sa inyong debate, sinabi ni Bea Fabregas na Houston ang kanyang choice. That's her guess. Sinabi rin ni Christian Luanzon na Houston rin. Personally, I'd like to throw in my guess, and I think it's the LA Lakers. Because base sa sinabi mo, TJ, he wants to make a decision for his family, not for the rings anymore. It's more of the family. And he does have a house in Los Angeles. Sinabi mo rin na it's for the kids, and his son will get a lot of exposure in LA. So, with all that being said, sinabi mo pa yung cap space, he can earn the most money there, he can get another all-star. So, mukhang nangangamoy LA Lakers magiging desisyon ni LeBron James. But you personally, TJ, what is your guess? What is your prediction? Where will the King end up?
Well, if you ask me, if you look at his motivation primarily now, as I spoke to Tim Reynolds, who's one of the most veteran reporters in the NBA, who's covered him since his Miami as well. It's very clear that ang habol ni LeBron is championships. And if you look at between the two teams right now, the way they stand, sinong mas championship ready? It's the Rockets, because they almost made it to the finals. If not for Chris Paul, maybe with the healthy hamstring, who knows what could have happened in Game 6 or Game 7. But in terms of overall package, in terms of being in Hollywood, he's got a business there, he's got a home there, the glamour and the prestige of the Lakers franchise, as well as being coached by a up-and-coming excellent coach in Luke Walton, who has had learning experiences under Steve. Remember, he also played under Phil Jackson as well, won championships with him there. So that's a big enticement as well for LeBron James. So at the rate it's going, mukhang yun yung dalawang top 2 contenders, and maybe number 3 in Philadelphia. And then dark horse siguro yung San Antonio. Pero I'll agree with you, Anton, very strong candidate ng LA. Pero kung championship agad ang habol niya, mukhang Houston ang mukhang logical choice. Pero he'll have to take some pay cuts and some concessions here and there.
All right, let's say, I'm going to stick with this, TJ. Let's say he does choose LA. Sino ang gusto mong makasama ni LeBron James na isa pang all-star? Is Paul George okay to you? What about Kawhi Leonard? If he does end up with the Lakers, sino ang gusto mong makita na makasama ni LeBron so that he has enough talent around him to chase those championships?
Well, yeah, Paul George has been the buzzword around him because isa pa siyang LA native. He grew up there, so it makes logical sense for him to go back there. He didn't have a great year in OKC. He had an okay year. They didn't finish as high as they wanted to. They didn't really seem to eventually even get the chemistry they were hoping for there. So that's a logical choice. I remember reading before saying something like that if LeBron does go to LA, first thing he will demand to Magic Johnson is to trade away Lonzo. He will not need the headache of having to deal with Lonzo and LeVar. And besides, he will be running the point as well. So we'll see if that's true or not, diba? Pero sino pa bang iba mga free agents available dyan? Technically speaking, si Kawhi is up in the air. DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent as well, so he's up in the air as well. So ang dami pang maring scenario na malay mo magugulat tayo, because remember what happened with Miami? We were all shocked.
Yes.
That the three of them, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and LeBron, they actually had a discussion and said, guys, magsama-sama tayo. Let's take less money. Because nobody thought of that possibility. Nobody thought it could happen that they would all three land there. There were some discussions then that it would be Wade and Bosh in Chicago, diba? And LeBron going wherever. But it happened that way. So who knows? It might happen that way, that all of these free agents could just connive and say, let's go this and let's work it out there.
Speaking of things that nobody see coming, I saw a really crazy thing earlier on Instagram, a Photoshop picture of LeBron James in a Charlotte Hornets uniform. At may balita daw si Woj ng ESPN na si Michael Jordan is working out a deal to try to join the LeBron James sweepstakes. Have you heard this news, and what is your comment on this, TJ?
This is news to me. I don't know who else he will be interesting enough to play with down there, but that's highly unlikely. And more than that, even just look at his rivalry with Michael Jordan. He said before he's chasing after the ghost. I'm saying it's Michael Jordan, so I doubt he will want to be under Michael Jordan somehow, some way. So mukhang malabo yun.
All right, TJ, thank you so much for the time. Looking forward to your updates on the parade of Golden State.
Yeah, that's happening tomorrow here, Tuesday, in Oakland, and we'll be giving you reports from that. So abangan yan.
All right, maraming salamat, Kuya Tij. Ingat. Hey everybody, this is Anton Rojas. For more sports updates, keep watching The Score and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's ABS-CBN Sports and Action.